guys had a good Monday. Hopefully, you guys had a good start to the week. Well, we're in a severe weather situation right now. We have storms that are actually currently ongoing in Texas right now. We have a few severe thunderstorm warnings in effect, but just about maybe 30 or 40 minutes ago, can't exactly remember when, we just got this tornado watch issued right here. Right now, I'm looking at the radar from Fort Hood, right next to College Station here. Or this is Fort Hood's here. I got that little purple dot here. This is the College Station or Texas A&M radar, but that's offline right now. But we have a ongoing line of severe thunderstorms. A few severe thunderstorm warnings. In effect, it's starting to enter that tornado watch region. And we'll be talking about the increasing tornadoes that we're dealing with both for tonight and for tomorrow. But right now, the areas that are involved in this tornado watch currently are College Station, of course, Brown Rock, Fort Hood, Waco, Killeen, and Austin. Take a look at a couple of the warnings real quick. And we do have a couple of these that actually have the tornado possible tag. The one warning we have is for Burnett, Texas. And then we have another considerable severe thunderstorm warning, I'm going to guess, for 70-mile-per-hour winds for Burnett and Williamson, Texas. Pardon people outside there. It's an Indian holiday today, and there's a lot of Indians that live out here. So I'm not sure what the holiday is exactly. I'm not going to try to name it because, yeah. But, yeah, they're celebrating that tonight, so you might hear some fireworks in this video here and there, so just bear with me on that. But let's go back here and take a look at what the Storm Prediction Center is going to be talking about for tomorrow in particular. So, start out with the categorical. They have now expanded this slight risk now further and further to the east now. The marginal risk has also been expanded. Now we're looking at areas like Atlanta and Chattanooga involved here. Nashville's involved in the marginal risk here. Even spreads a little further north here, so we have Evansville, Louisville, Bowling Green involved here. And then now we have Jackson involved in the slight risk. Birmingham's in it too now. And then, Greenville's actually just a little bit outside of it. But there's plenty of other areas now that are now factors in this potential for severe weather tomorrow here. We also forgot some areas like Columbus here, Dothan, Mobile, and New Orleans. And even some parts of the panhandle of Florida here. But that just shows that parameters around here are a lot more favorable than what we were originally thinking over the last, I'd say, week or so. But now as we've gotten closer, a lot of things have become more clear. Main topic here is the tornado threat. Now we have a 5% area that's issued, and this is also right. I'd say that Tuscaloosa is even involved in this, and sure enough, it is. We also have a large portion of central Mississippi involved here. We have Meridian, Columbus, Starkville in there. Also have Northport involved in this slight risk for a tornado here. Anywhere else in the green is a 2% chance. And basically I'll be kind of showing what the wind field is looking like, which has led to this increased tornado threat. There is some pretty impressive speeds here. Directional shear I'm not so sure about still, but there are some things that have caught my attention. Now let's go ahead and start with that. The reason, and also if you're wondering, the reason why I'm not really talking too much about tonight's threat, we've already talked about it plenty over the last few days. The threat's ongoing now, so really the rest is up to you guys as to how things may go for you should weather get out of hand. We'll move this along here. We're looking at the low-level jet. So here's what we're looking at right now. This is probably going to be on the back side of the storms here. It's going to be a little bit of wind energy lingering here for a bit. and then probably by early to mid-afternoon that's going to be out of here. And then you can see here we do have a point where we're getting towards that 65 to 70 knots, even greater possibly within some areas here at the low levels of the atmosphere. I'm going to try to see if I can't get a sounding of this right here. And there we go. Decent curves in the Hordeograph. The surface temperatures are not that impressive though. Surface temperatures that are at about 70. Dew points are pretty good though. They're at 68, but I would like to see the dew. I would have liked to have seen the dew points a little higher if I was looking for a more robust severe weather event. Although tornado potential is pretty impressive on here so far. We look at the Cape values, we're sitting at close to the 1300, so more than sufficient enough there. There is a little bit of directional shear. The speed shear is definitely going to be the talking point though with this. We'll go ahead and move this along a little bit more though once I get this off of here. Wait, here we go. Just waiting for this to load. Here we go. So of course, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, the further to the east that this goes, the less robust our severe weather threat gets. We're not expecting any severe weather tomorrow, which is always a good thing. But you can also tell just by the way this wind field looks here. This is where our upper level low is, and you can tell that this thing's just lost all its luster at this point. So that's pretty much that. So we'll look at the mid-levels really quickly. And the mid-levels are going to have higher wind fields. Well, the wind field is going to be a little bit stronger the higher up you go into the atmosphere, so this shouldn't be surprising to see readings that are about maybe 70, 80 knots or greater than that even. We gotta wait for this, of course, to load because I always have a hard time with the wind fields. I don't know what it is about these wind fields, but I don't know. I just don't think my computer likes it, especially from Pivotal. But I can't upload these from Tropical Tidbits, or I haven't figured out how to yet. But you can tell it's a few miles higher up than the low levels. We're looking at a pretty sufficient wind field here. Stronger wind field. Little bit of a change in direction here. Flows a little bit more of northerly versus the last run here, from what I can see. I'm trying to okay, here we go. So this is the low levels here. We get to the mid levels. We do see some turning. It looks like we're kind of turning more towards the northeast with this versus just straight north now. So hard to kind of point these out. Thank goodness for these soundings. And I've completely lost my placement. Alright, we'll roll this along here. Storm still holds up in the mid-levels. There's still a decent bit of wind energy, but I think towards the surface, that's what's going to be robbing us of our severe weather threat, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people aren't complaining about, myself included. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at the Cape values, because this was also another big talking point one last time. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing right there, like a dupe. So let's go ahead and just wait for this to load again. It's gonna turn into a 20-minute video all because I decided to click the wrong thing. I'm just kidding. Nah, I'm gonna try to keep this below 15, just like the last one. Okay, here we go. we're talking about some Cape values that I would be expecting with the severe weather threat. It took a while for us to be able to pick up on them here, but we're starting to get into those 1500s like I had been expecting to see. And I think in this area here, we could be looking at a 2000 possibly within a couple areas. Whoa, hold it right there. I've looked at a few soundings, but this is the first time I'm seeing this right here. This is PDS tornado. Wow. And look at that hordeograph here. It's pretty noticeable. There's a good bit of instability in this area right here. We're in the 1500 to 1600 joules region for this. There's a good bit of directional wind shear here too. We know that there's speed shear just from looking at those last couple of models. So, wow, this is gonna definitely be something to watch here as we look into the late afternoon tomorrow. Could this potentially be upgraded to an enhanced risk? After seeing that, can't rule it out. I think the OOZ runs from the models will be very foretelling as to what happens next, but I would not be surprised to see an enhanced risk now. Wow, that was a shocker for me. Of course, once again, like I mentioned before, Cape values don't really make it too far to the east. There isn't an abundance of Cape available, so this should somewhat limit the severe numbers, but when you have something like that, it's definitely alarming. There's no question about that. So lastly, let's go ahead and take a look what the radar could look like over the next 60 hours, mainly over the severe weather region, but we do have a robust storm system that's rolling through right now. Move this along here. It's a big line of storms here, heading around 1 o'clock, but it does kind of have a little bit of that QLCS look. And then once we get into Tuesday afternoon, first wave of storms goes through Mississippi here. Kind of looks like it just holds us together the entire way. And then once we get into Alabama here, in southern central Mississippi and Alabama, that's where we're looking at a potential supercellular mode event going, and then potentially a few tornadoes possible here. And then late at night, that's when these storms start to work their way into Georgia. I expect these to roll through really fast. They may not even last this long. And then by the time we look into the morning, Carolinas, unfortunately, I know you guys have been really dry lately, but this storm doesn't look like it's going to be giving you guys much rain. So, hate to be a bearer of bad news there, but that just looks like what we're dealing with right now. But that's pretty much it. Looks like we'll have another storm system rolling in. This will be the storm system on the 28th. Probably go over that a little bit more either tomorrow or Wednesday. But that's pretty much all I got for this video for you guys here. If you like what I did in this one, let me know by dropping a like. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this weather. Also, let me know in the comments what you would want me to do for the first tutorial video, especially covering stuff like severe weather. Or if you want, I could make a post and make a poll here on a couple of things that I was thinking of talking about. But either way, there's plenty more content I owe you guys, and it will be coming soon. But until then, this has been Tire Metalhead Weatherman. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys have a good night.